Okay, so we are online now. Let me start to record. Okay, go.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the second day of social media branding and creating your personal profile online. I shall be sharing screen. And today we shall be discussing back to basics. And after last week's mini course that we had, I hope you were able to look through your social media profiles and see how you can actually enhance them and really get to have a better experience with your social media profiles and create connections with people online. So my name is Mila Zimunhu. I live in Spain. I'm a social media strategist and a networking consultant. Now, you might ask, why is it so important to join the two ideas? Social media, as you know, is what we use each and every day. If you have a Facebook account, an Instagram profile, whatever it is that you use to connect with people online, you should be doing that to the best of your ability. But also we needed to network. We needed to get to know people. We need to create professional relationships with people. They need to know who we are, what we stand for, how we can help them, and vice versa. And that way we create a win-win situation where we can help other people and other people can help us by giving us more visibility, sharing our content online, and getting other people to see what it is that we do. Yes, Prince Pi, your hand. Do you have a question?
Well, this is our first time to join, and I'm happy to be here because in my time it's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
From which country are you, Your Highness?
Actually, I am from Ambon Kingdom in West Timor, Indonesia.
In Indonesia.
So we are Indonesia. Yes.
Wow, we are global. And that is the whole thing, that with internet, we get to be able to meet people wherever they are in the world. When there's a good and strong internet connection, of course, and when we also learn how to use social media to connect with people. Welcome, Prince Pi, and thank you so much.
You are welcome, Highness.
So today our main topics are going to be online etiquette, which is very important because there are things that we can do online and things that we can't do online, or rather that would be better not, that we do not do online. Effective communication. So communication is vital whether it is in person or online. Whatever we want to express to other people or whatever we want to understand from other people, that is part of communication. So it is important that we know how to effectively communicate. And the social media platform we shall be discussing today is Facebook. I do not know if you have heard, but there is a rumor that it's going to be rebranding as of next week. I am looking forward to see what is going to happen. And I think right now it's the best time to actually rebrand each and every one of ourselves as we appear on Facebook, because at the end of the day, it is a global platform. We can reach thousands, if not millions of people, and we need to use it to the best of our ability. And lastly, the importance of networking, of connecting with people. Anybody have any questions before we carry on? In the chat. No questions? Perfect. Let us begin then. Online etiquette. So online communication is a bit different from face-to-face. because the person will not. Yes, we have 2 hands raised. Yes, Your Highness Saeed Danish, go ahead.
Hello, everybody.
Good morning.
In my opinion, just online education is sometimes good, but it's not good always that lots of people don't have mobile or laptop, so they are not able to attend online education. And in my opinion, online education is not very good for them. So they don't have resources.
They do not
So,
have the opportunity.
Yes, exactly. Offline mode is always better to communicate each other than online education.
Both work very well depending on the circumstances. Online education, of course. Sorry.
Sorry, just if you allow me, Professor Mila, to just say something.
Go ahead.
We know this problem that several people, they don't have the network or the material to be online for the digital education. This is true, but the beauty of the things and to be united and work in solidarity is the people who have access to online education can come learn online and go to teach the others. This is how we create leaders.
Yes.
This is how the knowledge has to go. So, Brother Sayed, you are here to learn. And from now, all what you are learning from here, you will teach the others who have no access. So this is why it's important to be very attentive to every course. And we are recording everything. We are also online, and so you can come back to the teaching all the time. So this is the beauty also of online education, to be connected all together in the world and to just share our knowledge. This is the will.
Yes.
Thank you, Your
Sorry,
Highness.
Professor. Sorry,
No,
Mila.
it is very important. And I think it's also important to remember that with online education, the added advantage is that the videos are recorded. So that way you can download the videos and you can take them with your computer that you charge and share it to other communities, even if they're remote, and share those videos with them, which helps in a way as well to expand. It's not that everybody needs to be online at the same time. It's the fact that even 3 months from now, 6 months from now, this same course can still be seen by other people because it has been recorded. So that is one of the added advantages, at least from my point of view, of being able to give online courses and getting people to see it. Anyone else has a question? Right. Okay, the YouTube link is already in the chat. Thank you, Your Highness Raj Kumar, for sharing that. And thank you to the people watching us on YouTube at the moment. So online etiquette is a bit more difficult than face-to-face etiquette because we are missing the body language. We're not seeing the person. And yes? Okay. And you might not be able to see the feedback directly from your listener. So it is important to make sure that we are actually communicating effectively and using the right words and the right videos when sharing online. Now, we do have 6 rules to stand by, and these rules are very important to make sure that when we are sharing something online, even whether we are sharing something face-to-face with a person, We should stand by these rules, and they're very important. So the first is respect. We need to be respectful. Even if people have different opinions from others, we need to understand their point of view as well as them understand ours. Second, when sharing content online, remember that nothing online is private. Whatever we put up online can be seen and it stays in the cloud. So if we do not want something to be shared, do not post it, do not share it. It is very important, that part. Thirdly, grammar and spelling do matter. So as always, the communication that we're sharing with people, we need to make sure that the grammar and spelling is well. There are lots of different applications online to check that. And we should make sure that people will understand what we're saying by reading out what we have written aloud to ourselves and see that it actually makes sense. Number 4, we need to be aware of strong language, avoid anything that would be considered inappropriate. Try not to write in all caps or in capital letters, because online that is considered as if we are shouting at people. So we need to remember that. And exclamation points. All that is part of the etiquette of online. If you're citing sources or you're sharing something from a blog page, another person, remember to cite your sources. That is a form of being respectful to the person who has written that information or who has shared that information, and you'll be seen as a valuable contributor online. And lastly, be forgiving. Anything can happen. We all know we are human and we need to have patience. Not everyone will understand what we're trying to communicate, and that's okay. That is just the way life is, whether it is in person or online, that can happen, but we need to be understanding, have empathy, understand other people's point of view, as well as hope that the other person understands ours. Until now, has that been easy to understand? Any questions? Perfect. So being able to communicate effectively is a skill. It is one of the many skills we all have, and it is very important. Now, one of the interesting parts about that skill of communication is how well do we listen? So usually when we talk about communication, we think of how well do I speak? How well do I make my words sound? When actually the number one part of communication is actually listening. Are we listening to what another person is saying? Are we listening to what the online community is asking us? Are we good listeners? Now, it is important to be able to learn how to do active listening. Does anybody know what active listening is? So active listening is understanding what the person is trying to say to you. And if you do not understand what they're saying, asking them questions so that you can better comprehend what it is that they're trying to communicate to you, what they want you to understand, and what you really have understood about what they've said. Second is non-verbal communication, which are gestures, which are body language, and everything that is non-verbal. And it is also an important part of communication. If we're going to be creating video content, which will be next week's topic, and it's very important nowadays, video content is a way of getting seen by the community online faster than actually written content. So if we're going to be creating videos, taking videos of people doing interviews, which is a part very essential that I find for networking, we need to remember what is our tone of voice, how we can make it better, how do we use our body language, and how can we enhance the experience of our videos to get our message or our communication better heard by the people watching us, whether online or offline, if they're watching a video on a later date. Thirdly, we need to be clear and concise. Now, it's very easy when creating video content to be rambling or not communicating effectively. So always create a few bullet points to make sure that people will know that you're staying on track with your topic, and that way you will actually be able to communicate effectively and reach your audience in the best way possible. Fourthly, part of communication is being confident. If you know your subject, if you know your topic, and you're confident, it will be so much easier to connect with your audience, with those people that you want to connect with. Fifthly, empathy. Understand that empathy is a skill that we all have to learn, understanding not only what we want, but also what the audience, the public wants, and creating our content so that we really reach the right audience, we really reach the right people, we connect with the right people, we network with the right people that we want to attract, and we get the best experience out of using the online vehicle that we have. Sixth, we need to have an open mind. It is very important to have an open mind, because that way we become effective communicators. And whether we're having a conversation in person, online, on the telephone, having an open mind will be the best way of communicating, getting our message across, as well as understanding the message of the other person. And seventh, give and receive feedback. Not everybody likes criticism, but it is important to be able to give feedback. Feedback helps us in a lot of ways, and we can enhance what we want to transmit. We can learn from other people can learn from us, and by providing and receiving feedback, we will increase our motivation, build morale, and we will give the best of ourselves as effective communicators. Does anybody have any questions? Let me check the chat. Right, there's no questions. Okay. Is this easy to understand up to now? Yes? Good, thank you. Okay, so let's start with the social media platform that everybody is using, practically. It's the largest social media platform online. And as I said, it is having a rebrand. So next week we shall see what happens and find out what will happen to Facebook. Now, when you start with Facebook, the first thing that you get is a personal profile. Now, in that personal profile, it will have your name. Please remember to make it your correct name with the correct spellings, and a photo of you. If it can be a professional photo, even better. If not, just make sure that it is a good photo, a clear photo that people can see. And if they meet you anywhere, at a meeting, at a conference, at school, at an interview, they realize who you are and they know who you are. A cover photo. Now, this is a very big point. I do audits, which means I check personal profiles of people. And one of the biggest things that I see with personal profiles is that people do not use the right cover photo. If we're trying to be professional online, we definitely need to make sure that our cover photo, which is this photo at the back, reflects who we are. So if you're a business or if you own a business, make sure that it has a photo that is professional or a logo of your business and what it is that you do. For example, your website, if you have a website, who do you help? Who do you connect with? But make it, to the best of your ability, professional. Think of it as your curriculum. It is the entrance to your house. It is the doorstep for people to see you as a professional online. Now, if you have an ambiguous photo or photo parting or whatever, then that profile will not help you in the professional side. So if you're starting to create your personal brand, your digital brand, remember everything that you do online gets seen, and we need to try and make it the most professional possible. Next, you have the about area, which is this section, where you will add where you work, or rather, if you have a company, you have an NGO, and if you have a website, use that, put the link there so people can see what it is you're about. Education, it is up to you. If you have just finished a course or you're studying something, depends if that's what you want to reflect. And any other social media sites. For example, if you're in, I would suggest that you add the link there. If you're on Instagram as well, 1 or 2 platforms where you want people to be able to connect with you online and see what you're about. Because at the end of the day, you're trying to create a digital brand, your brand online of who you are as a professional. And that way, when it comes to connecting with people, you will be connecting with the right people and attracting the right audience to your profile. So your personal profile is for connecting with people. Facebook lets us connect with up to 5,000 people. They ask to become friends. Remember always to double check their profiles before you accept them. As you know, there are lots of fake profiles on Facebook, unfortunately. So it is our job and our responsibility to double check a profile of someone who asks us to be a friend. If we do not know them, or if we're a bit doubtful of who they are after visiting their profile and not really seeing what they are about, send them a message and ask them, thank you for sending me a message and asking me to be your friend. May I know where we know each other from? Why do you want to connect with me? And what it is that you do. And that way you're able to search through the right people, connect with the right people, and create the connections that are professional. So your personal profile is to share statuses, photos, videos, etc. Links, now Facebook is very tricky with links. If we share outside links, for example, YouTube, or other external links that are not part of their company, which would be Facebook or Instagram, you usually have a lower reach than normal, which means your connections might not see that link that you have shared. So it's always best to think of if we really need to share that link, or there's another way, which is creating a post, creating a picture, and in the comments, sharing the link and saying, if you want to see more, here's the link in comments. And that way, more or less, you're able to get links to be seen. Thirdly, your personal profile is for commenting and sharing things from other people, from your friends, from pages, from groups, which are public groups, not private groups, and connecting. At the end of the day, social media is for connection. You can like pages and you can join groups. You can set up your own page. You can set up your own group, which would be like creating a community online. And another added advantage, if you sell products or you want to sell products, search the marketplace and see how it works, because actually right now, Facebook Marketplace is working very well for selling products. For services in certain countries, it is not available. I know for that in Spain, services cannot be sold on marketplace, only products. So it's a question of seeing in your country what is being offered in marketplace. And the latest of Facebook is audio rooms. Now think of that as having your own radio station. If you have ever thought of creating a radio station and wanting to do only audios. Well, Facebook created that, and it's actually working very well. I think they did it on purpose to be in competition with Clubhouse, which is another platform that came out during the pandemic, which at first was only for iPhone users. It grew so fast that they ended up opening it up to Android users. And now it is a platform that is being used for audio, for connecting, for creating communities. And Facebook has joined now as well. And they're still in the early stages, but if you want to try and see, check out your phone, enter into your news page and see what audio rooms are available, and go in and listen and see how other people are using it, and see how you can also create your own and create your own community. Facebook pages. Everybody knows a Facebook page. That's where businesses and fans are created. Different from a Facebook profile, a page you need to create either using your personal profile or using an email, okay? Now, a page usually is used by people who are creating that digital brand, that personal brand, or businesses or NGOs, whatever that really wants that professional connection. With a page, you cannot have friends, you have followers, okay? So with friends in a personal profile, you're able to send them a message, connect with them. With a page, you can send a message, but it is not the same. It's slightly different, okay? You don't have that personal connection. However, the important part is, if you're trying to create your brand, is that you get people to connect to your page and start liking the post that you're creating. So you share a post and you hope that your followers start sharing that content on either their personal profile or their page. You can comment on posts on other pages and groups, and you create your own groups as well. You can respond to messages sent to your page using Messenger. And the most important part is you can run advertising campaigns. Now, why is that important? Depending on the budget that you have, if you have a budget for creating your personal brand and you want to run adverts, say you have a promotion or you are having a conference or anything where you want to invite a large public, you would run an ad. Now, with a Facebook ad, you would be targeting exactly the people that you want to attract, with either, if they're male, if they're female, or both genders, their age group, which is very important, and the most important part, their hobbies or what it is that they do. With ads, you can really go specifically to exactly the type of people you want that ad to be shown, both on Facebook and Instagram, as well as in Messenger. So now ads can also be run in Messenger. Now, all this depends on what budget you have, who are you targeting, who are the audience that you really want to reach, what are their interests. Now, that's the most amazing thing, that you can target by interest. If those people are into social media, if those people are in Instagram, if those people like reading, what do they like reading, what magazines do they look for. So you're really going specifically to target those people who are on both Facebook and Instagram. And you would need your own personal profile to set up the page, or an email that you're going to be using. And another part of a Facebook page is that if you have an Instagram account, a business account, you can connect your Facebook page to your Instagram account. And that way, reuse content from your Instagram account to your Facebook page. Up till now, has that been clear? If you have any questions, please feel free to use the chat. okay? My favorite part of Facebook are groups. Why? Because I love creating communities, and Facebook groups are a way of creating a community, a forum, getting people with the same interests, like minds. My favorite part is brainstorming in groups. So 5, 10, 50 people with ideas get together, share comments, share the ideas, and create a community to be able to share their opinions and how to better a certain strategy, how to think of ideas of promoting things, etc. So now, depending on your idea of a community, what you want to create, well, Facebook groups are a great way of doing that. So you can either create a Facebook group from your profile or your page. From a page, definitely would give you a more professional look, but also what I always do is I link both the profile and the page to the group, and that way people can either connect with me on my profile if they want to be friends, or from my page if they want to see the really business side of my business. And we do have public Facebook groups. As you can see, when you write the name of the group, make sure that it's a name that's easy to remember and that it's impacting. You can add certain members already when you're creating a new group. So an open group is a group that everybody can see if they're on Facebook, and it shows up. Anybody can see who's inside the group and what anybody's commenting and the post. A closed group is a private group. People on Facebook will only be able to see the name of the group, but they won't be able to see who the members are or what they've posted in the group. And a secret group would only be available to those people that you share the link with. Otherwise, it will not appear in the search bar of Facebook. Now, all this will depend on what you want to use your group for and how do you want it to be seen. So as I was saying, a public Facebook group is open to everyone. And in the search bar, it's easily found. Anybody can enter it and they can see the content that has been posted. They can see the comments on any of the content and the list of group members, okay? Now with a private Facebook, it does not have this level of flexibility. There's only the name of the group description and rules, and the list of admins and moderators in the group. To be able to see who is in the group, you need to enter or be accepted into the group and become a member, and that way you'll be able to see all the content being shown. Private groups are not always found in the search bar of Facebook. However, you can use the name of the group to be able to see if you can request permission to enter into a group. Usually there are questions that you have to answer, and it is important that you answer them correctly. Otherwise, the admins might or might not accept you into the group. So let's talk about the advantages of a public group. A public Facebook group, as we said, is open to the public. Anybody who comes onto Facebook can see it. Facebook actually promotes or uses it to share with people with similar interests. So it makes it easier to share. You have much better reach and impact. And if you use relevant hashtags in your posts, well, you have a higher chance of being seen and discovered on Facebook. This is usually what I recommend to people who are starting out. When you're starting a Facebook group, leave it on public, get people to see you, get people to see what you're sharing, get them to know you, find out why you're offering value. And from there, depending on how you grow, then afterwards you can change it to a private group. Now, the advantages of a private Facebook group is that you have less probability of having fake profiles joining in. So that means for your members, we always have to, as admins or creators of the group, we have to think of the people that we have in our group, the members, and we make sure that they are safe, they're being looked after. So we need to make sure that there are no fake profiles joining the group, and use the sections of questions to people who send a request to join the group. If they answer them correctly, if we see that they meet the requirements of the group, then as admins, we give them approval to enter. Another advantage of a private Facebook group is its exclusivity. It's like joining a club, a private club. It builds curiosity, and people love finding out what is people are curious by nature, so anything that is a closed group, they'll really be looking forward to find out what is in it. And it helps us grow as a brand and have people find us and want to connect with us. So it all depends on what your reason for creating a group is and how you want that group to grow. So from groups, we go to networking. Personally, I teach people that if they create a group, it is to network with people. To network is important because that way we're creating connections. We need to find out what other people need, and we need to know what skill sets we have to be able to help them. So we are creating a personal brand, a digital brand that can be seen anywhere online, and our name will get known. Networking helps us be strategic. Who are we attracting? Who do we want to attract? Who do we want to create business with? Who do we want to help grow in our community? We need to be strategic and use networking to do that. And connection and communication, the two go hand in hand. To be able to connect well with other people, other groups, other persons, we need to be able to communicate correctly. So connection and communication are vital to be able to network correctly. And if you need any help, you can find me on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. And as you can see, all my social media platforms have the same name, which is part of personal branding, digital branding, so people can find you easily. Right, let's go to our questions section. Does anybody want to share any questions? Yes, Your Highness Saeed Danish. Your audio, please.
I want to ask that what is the online market, online business, and what is the role and importance of online business?
Right, that is a great question. Online marketing is getting your products or service or yourself to be seen online. Okay, for example, which country are you in?
India.
In India. Right, India has a great market, has a very big potential. And India also has one of the best resources of programmers and specialists in computers. Now, if you think of India as a place of finding people with talent, it's spectacular. But how do you get that talent to be seen globally? Using online. While national is all good, while local is all good, if you think of the fact that you're trying to use the internet to create brands and get people being seen, well, then online marketing is a number one, and definitely using LinkedIn to create that professional aspect and getting your skill set seen. So definitely it's important to know which platform to use and how to use it to the best of our ability. Anybody else? Did that answer your question? Saeed Danish, did it help you with your question?
Yes, yes. Thank you.
You
Thank you
have
so much.
you have an online magazine, is that correct?
Yes. World Peace from World Peace. It's my native, and from World Peace, I am publishing news of ground level social worker and educator, free of
Excellent.
cost globally. And I want to promote them because media not cover good people who is working on ground. That's why I started it. And in this time we are covering many countries from many good educator, social worker. So I think that if we will make our heart rich, then we can do anything.
Exactly.
And it's my that Success World One is doing a wonderful job, and I always appreciate my beloved sister Kyun Nadia Hariyari, who is working on not only on social media as well as she is working on ground, and I am very inspired by her.
Excellent. So your community is educators and professors and social workers to help them be seen with the work that they're offering, with the communities that they're creating, and everything around that. Excellent. You're going in the right direction with the magazine. All you need is a little more emphasis on getting that magazine seen more worldwide, okay? And have you thought of doing video content for those, showcasing those people that you are writing topics about?
In World Peace, I am covering different type of article that social worker who is working for blood, social worker who is working for environment, social worker who is working for human rights, women empowerment, lots of category. And I received many requests from lot of people to publish their news, and I don't take any money from them. It's totally free of cost.
Okay, so it's like an NGO, it's voluntary, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so now it's the best moment right now to use social media to get that visibility seen, help those social workers, those teachers get even more visibility and showcase how they're working at ground level, because they might not be able to have the internet
Yes.
connection. However, you are there to help them be seen and also get other people interested in saying, right, how can we help you to have an even better community, or even a better outreach and do more work, or get more volunteers, or teach more people? So as a way of creating a strategy and seeing how to enhance that and use social media correctly, to be seen, to be heard, and give the visibility to all of you. Okay,
Yes.
we shall discuss something about that. Thank you so much, Your Highness Saeed. Right, I'm looking at a message from Sarah A. Sarah A, could you please tell us from where you are connected? I think it was Ghana. in a message. If you could tell us from which country.
Sarah is from UK.
Ah, from the UK, sorry.
And Syed is journalist in social welfare and fighting for world peace and all that.
Right.
So
In India,
this
correct?
is good. Yes, he is in India, right?
Perfect, thank you. It is important that we share those details, because then at the end of the day, I will be making a quick audit and giving 2 tips of how to actually get a better visibility and create that personal brand. So Sarah is from the United Kingdom. Perfect. Right, peace and good health, greetings. You enjoyed the presentation. Thank you so much, Sarah. How to promote a business or brand. I want to know how to get the balance right in terms of personal boundaries. Now that is a topic on its own, personal boundaries. Yes, and definitely very important. When promoting oneself, as nowadays we see a mix of both, with people trying to attract viewers and attention by getting personal and emotional at times. So in olden times, this was unheard of, as people were more professional and less personal. So true, Sarah. So very true. But that's why I talk about digital branding. We do not realize the impact that our brand has online, and that how many people actually see what we are posting online. And that is why I always say, when was the last time you Googled your name? Each and every one of you, what comes up in Google? Okay, certain people might have a name that is very common, and you might be able to see that the other people with the similar name and sharing content and whatever. But you might be surprised to see what is being shared about you online. And really, it's what you are sharing online. So your Facebook profile will come up. If you've got a LinkedIn profile, that will also come up. If you have a YouTube channel, and it is important to see how your digital brand is growing. So, do we need to be emotional online? That is a good question. It all depends on what you're trying to invoke, what you're trying to attract. Personally, I do not think it is the best way of creating a personal brand. However, each one to themselves. As I said, it is important to be empathetic. It is important to understand another person who has that way of expressing themselves. But each and every one of us needs to know, how is it that we want to be transmitted? If we were going for a job interview, how would we conduct ourselves in that job interview? If we were being asked to be a speaker at a conference, how would we react? How would we act during that conference? That is how we should create our personal brand. It is so important. And if we are doing business, we are trying to network with people, whether we are an organization, an NGO, a educational platform, an academy, we want to do interviews. It is very important to know how we act online. Your Highness, you have your hand up. Please go ahead.
Yes, Professor Mila, I have a question. How to be sure that what we are creating and putting online will work and will attract people?
Good question. Actually, there are lots of ways of seeing what our audience wants, but the first thing I always say is check who have you got in your friends list first on your profiles. What content are they promoting? What content are they putting out? Are those people that we really want to stay connected with or not? And do a cleanup first of that list. Then afterwards, check our latest 10 posts, if it's on Facebook, on Instagram, see what people have commented on that, and then check what is it that we love, what are we really good at, what is our skill set, what do we want to do with what we know, what is our knowledge, and what is being searched on online. Now, there is a page called Answer the Public. I will put it in the chat, answerthepublic.com, which is a page that helps you see what is being searched online and the amount of views, the amount of people searching. There used to be a free page to be able to do various searches. Now you can only do a keyword search once a day. So I would suggest write a list of 5 things that you're really good at, 5 topics that you're interested in. Go into Answer the Public over the next 5-6 days. Write those keywords in and find out what questions people are actually asking about those topics and create content around that. Now, this is great for anyone who has a skill set, who is a speaker, who wants to do interviews, who has a product as well. Find out what people are asking about the product, what people are really looking for online. And the next best question, the next best place to search, Google, google.com. Put the keyword of the topic, for example, right now, social media. What questions are people asking? Or for example, academy. What courses are people looking for? And from there, you can see all the questions people are asking right now over the last month and create the content around that because there's already there's traffic already waiting for the content that you want to produce. And next week, we'll talk about Ikigai. I do not know if anybody knows about it, which is what are you good at? What the world is looking for, or rather what the community is looking for. What are they willing to spend within that range? And what can you provide? And once all those 4 concepts come in, what's in the middle is where you have a sweet spot, where you should begin, start targeting, creating your audience and growing your community. Because at the end of the day, sometimes we do have a community or we have created a friends list in Facebook, which really does not help us or are not the people interested in what we're doing and how we can help others. And we need to do a cleanup and attract a new audience and get people who are really interested in what it is that we do so that we can help them. I'm always thinking we are of service. And I know that the Queen with the Academy is of service. She wants to be able to help as many people as possible around the globe. That's why she is creating this community with the help of all of you. And if each and every one of us is able to help her share that content, this will grow in a very big way. And if we also share the videos that are being created or download them and create the opportunity for them to be seen in remote areas and help those people in remote areas to also be seen online through us, we are being of service not only to those who are online, but also to the people that are offline and getting them seen. Because there are lots of people who do not have the internet, but would be ever so grateful for the help that we can provide through this community for them to be showcased. Any more questions?
Yes, please, Professor Mila, thank you so much for all what you said. I have one last question for you, please.
Yes.
And it will help also me, and it will help a lot of people. You know, what is the secret of people who are promoting a product which when you test it or when you try it is a bad product, but these people are very successful, but their product is very bad. So what is their secret?
Marketing. Having a very large budget for marketing and knowing how to use that.
Oh my gosh. You have some very bad products, but they are just, wow, famous all over the world.
Yes, but
when you test them, you say, oh my gosh, I would never, why I have bought that?
But that's just a question of marketing and how much money people are spending on ads. I mean, most people have a fear of budgeting, the ads, the marketing, but how many people actually have a PR system? I mean, public relations. Public relations is being able to create a brand for yourself that works and know that you can sell yourself. The same they do with products. Most products, most worldwide known products usually have a big name behind them. Why? Football player, tennis star, an actor, an actress, because those people have already created a big brand, personal brand, and the company only says, I just hold the box and we'll sell. Practically, yes, because those people have a personal brand. Now, why is it that we as individuals find it so hard to create our own personal brand if those people also started the same as us? The only problem is we are thinking of, right, they have the means and the budget, but really they started in the beginning, just like each and every one of us. So now it is important to say, right, what am I promoting, a product or myself? And I will start with, first it has to be you. Now, that is very important because what the Queen just commented was about product. However, if a product is not as good as you expected, what is going to happen in your mind? Automatically, you're thinking of the person that promoted that product to you, the connotation. So it is very important to know, what are we trying to promote? Who are we trying to promote? And why we need to be as valuable with what we want to share with people, so that we build a trust, like, and know factor that I discussed last week. If someone trusts us, they will listen to us. If someone likes us, they will listen to us. If someone knows us, they will listen to us. But what happens if we lose their trust? The worst thing that can ever happen online. The minute someone does not like something, the fastest thing that they will do is pick up the cell phone and put a comment and break down your trust and ruin your reputation. So it is very important. And there will also be some people who might be a little jealous of us creating our brand online. That is part of life. But the minute we know what it is that we stand for, we need to know what we stand for, what we want, who we want to help, who we want to connect with, what products are we going to promote. If you do not have any products, perfect, does not matter. We can also help get people seen. That's why I love doing interviews. I love showcasing other people, but you also need to know that you're growing your know, like, and trust factor. Stay firm with your principles, know what it is that you want. Do not just join people because you think, oh, that person has 3 million followers. Nowadays, that really does not matter. What matters is, what do you stand for? What content are you going to share? What do you believe in? Who are you networking with? And what is the community you're creating? Who are you serving? Dr. Rashid is asking that.
Yeah, yes.
Good morning. How are
Good
you in
morning.
Turkey?
I'm well, thank you.
Good. Did you enjoy today's discussion?
About the brand, when we get the quality, the marketing, the door opened. Everything, I think, maybe I respect your idea. The first, the quality, the simple. When you see simple, he say to you, buy me.
Everybody says that right now, not online.
Yeah, the very important, when you designed anything, you must get the quality. If you get the quality, you can succeed.
Word of mouth.
Now around the world, any brand, clothes or drink or food or anything. Now we see the coffee example, like Starbucks. How he succeed? He get the quality, the emballage, the everything professional. When you get the quality, I think anybody he can succeed.
Starbucks is a very good question.
And there is strategy how we can grow. The very important. How we can enter the marketing, very important. How we can make cooperation with the buyer, very important. And,
all important aspects of a strategy.
Yeah, and we must put to plan how we can go step by step in strategy. We must make analyze the marketing. Very important.
Google Trends is a great way of seeing for each country.
Yeah, the brand, we must put the way, you know, every country different another country. The test, example, the test different between country to another country.
Okay.
And
Coca-Cola, how do they promote online? How do they brand themselves?
that is chance for Coca-Cola. Everybody he wants, like the Coca-Cola. That is
But
chance.
have you seen something very interesting? Mila,
And the name, I'm sorry, Dr. Nadia, the name very important.
The
in
name,
very
very
important.
that is one of the essential parts.
Yes, when you get the perfect name, nationality, international name, that
the
is,
perfection does not exist. What does
Yeah.
exist is being able to be flexible as well.
yeah,
Okay, that's very important.
yes,
yeah.
I just wanted to tell you if you have seen one thing very interesting regarding Coca-Cola. When Cristiano Ronaldo, I don't know if you have seen this picture, but it was this video, it was turning around
Yeah,
the
viral.
world. Yes, it was viral. And it was a speech of Cristiano Ronaldo, the international footballer, when in his table, he had a bottle of Coca-Cola and a bottle of water. So he took the bottle of the Coca-Cola and put it aside. Then he take the bottle of water and he said, "This one is better." At the same hour, Coca-Cola lost $2 billion.
But the funny thing that people did not
This
realize.
is the truth. This is the truth.
The bottle of water is the same company as Coca-Cola.
Yeah, and Coca-Cola lost 2 billion because of one man said that.
But marketing is all that is an impact that we need to be careful and use it correctly. That's why I was saying, right, he's a football player. He attracts a lot of people, especially the youngsters. So for him, it was definitely a branding strategy on his side to make sure that the young generation thinks before about what is it they're taking into their bodies. But also, it showed what can actually happen within a short span of time when a big branding personality like that does a simple change of changing bottles and the impact that it has virally on social media. And that's why we need to know. We need to say, right, what is it that we want to portray? There is no need to be portraying our 24/7 lifestyle. However, we need to show that we are professional, we know how to communicate, what products are we promoting, okay? What products do we know the benefits of? Because each and every person will like their product, because of course it's their product if you've created yourself. If you are promoting the product of another person, have you tried it before? Do you know the benefits? Do you know the taste? Do you like it? Have you used it? And that is what we need to answer before we start promoting anything. The same with services. If we're going to offer service, is the service ours? Do we know the results that we're offering? Or are we promoting the services of another person? Have we used them? Why can we recommend them? And why would we go back to using those products or services? So at the end of the day, we need to know what is it that we stand for, who do we help, and how can we help? Any more questions?
This is very interesting, Professor Mila, because it's all about promotion, marketing, and all that. Because several people, they think that when you make the thing cheaper, for example, it will work better. It's not true. It's not true, because you have very expensive things that they are working better than the cheapest one. So everything is, I believe, when you trust your product, you trust yourself, and you trust your product, everything is possible.
When you trust yourself, at the end of the day is, okay, if you're creating your own product and you know that product is good, and that product is going to be related with you. People are going to know you have created that product, it is handmade or whatever, or that you're going to create a factory doing that. But people will always remember your name with that product. So that's one part, which is your brand. Who are you? What do you stand for? Your story. Why did you start creating that product? What is the story behind? What's the lesson? What made you do that? That makes for an excellent story, an excellent idea. However, if you're promoting the product of another person, make sure you know the story behind that. Make sure you have tried that product, because otherwise you cannot recommend it. And be sure that it stands with your values. At the end of the day, if your values are not in line with that product, you won't be able to recommend it correctly. Dr. Emmanuel Sika, your hand is up.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello. Good morning, Mr.
From
Mila.
Ghana?
From Ghana.
Welcome.
Greetings to everybody on the platform. Thank you for the opportunity too. I want to ask, when creating a personal brand on the social media platform, how do you separate your personal brand from your products or the services you offer? How do you also direct traffic to your product or services instead of yourself?
Right. Okay. Let's take, for example, you are what do you do?
I'm an entrepreneur,
entrepreneur
and also a social activist. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a freight forwarder by profession. I'm into commodity trading. I link buyers to suppliers.
Right.
I do shipping and handle customs.
You were into import-export, right?
Yes.
For Ghana?
Yeah.
Or the rest of Africa as well?
Ghana and some African countries, Burkina Faso and Mali, Niger, and
countries nearby.
Yes,
okay.
Please.
Perfect. Now, let's say that we met at a networking event, okay, for example, for different businesses or a fair, and I come up to you and I say, pleased to meet you, I'm Mila from Spain. I'm a social media strategist and networking consultant. Your name is, and what do you do? How would you introduce yourself?
My name is Emmanuel Sikanate, an architect of logistics in import and export, and also a social activist.
Okay. Who do you work with?
I work with importers, exporters, and farmers.
Excellent. And do you have a social media profile?
Yes,
Which
I have
social
a
media?
Facebook account, and LinkedIn.
Okay. How often do you use LinkedIn? No, I know this is like, but this is what I usually do in networking events. Don't worry.
LinkedIn, once a while. I'm not regular on LinkedIn.
Okay, I will look for you on LinkedIn and do a quick audit on your profile. I love the fact that you use architect of logistics. That is a totally different way of explaining what you do. It is attractive and it's a showstopper. It creates impact. Now, I am shocked that you do not use LinkedIn as much as you should do, being an import and export. So the question is branding. You can be selling any product, any service, okay? But the first thing someone will ask you at a networking event, at a fair, is who are you? What do you stand for? Where can I find you? Okay? So the first part would be make sure that your Facebook profile, your personal profile, explains exactly what you explained to me. Okay? You explained it very well. You can do it even shorter, but I love that you use architect or logistics. You can find me at, okay, in your Facebook profile. You know, under the main photo, you've got your photo, the small photo on the left-hand side, and underneath you've got a part with the intro. Write that there. So people understand Emmanuel Sika is a professional. He loves what he does. He loves connecting with people. And he's showing his professional side. Product services. That's when you would now go and create a Facebook page with Emmanuel Sika Narti. You would either put architect of logistics or import and expert specialist from Africa, if you want to really be specific, okay? I would put international architect of logistics as a, and on your business page, people still want to know who is Emmanuel, what does he stand for, why does he love doing what he does, why should people connect with him to import or export from Ghana or any of the other countries that you do import and export? Why should they see you as the go-to person? How do you help? What skill sets do you have? What knowledge? I mean, last week you actually explained very well the fact of taxes and tariffs to Dr. Rashid. And you know, most people would be grateful to know those facts because I think a lot of people don't really know how to actually fill in those forms and know what they should be putting in. Okay? So that's already a major point. And import and export. Look and answer the public and see what are people asking online about import and export. People are asking every single day questions, and we do not realize that those questions are actually online. And if we can answer them, that is content that we can create. It's like Dr. Rashid has the energy drink that he said, which is definitely healthier than a certain company, which we shall not name. And the benefits of that is already excellent. So I would look at the pros and cons of certain health drinks, use the questions people are asking about those drinks, create content on a page, and get people to find out more. It's so much easier than we actually think. Just that we are looking at all the other people have 1 million, 2 million, 3 million followers, and we think they actually have more potential than us. That's not true. Each and every one of us has a great potential, and we should be using that to attract the right people and create community. Did that answer your question, Emmanuel?
Perfectly, and I'm very grateful. So I'm going to edit my Facebook account. Hello.
Yes. Now,
Hello.
yes. Your internet goes.
Yeah,
on and off.
you answered me. It was perfect. I'm going to create or edit my Facebook profile, and also change some few things on my LinkedIn, because I wanted to have content for my brand before I put that on the social media.
Yeah, that's what everybody does. And that is the part that stops us. We start procrastinating because we start thinking, I don't have enough content, when that is not the case. Your day-to-day questions, your day-to-day occurrences, a question a client might have asked you last week, that is content. If you were able to answer that question that the client asked, and you write it down, or you create a quick video. I mean, right now, video content is what is being seen. And if you look at TikTok, okay, TikTok was not my favorite platform because I saw it as a place for kids, practically my kids. My daughter's 11 and she kept saying, Mom, you have to go on TikTok. I was like, no, I'm not in the mood of dancing away. And she said, no, showcase what you know in short video. So a 15-second, 60-second video of what do I know about this one topic. If you can explain that, put it up on TikTok and make sure that your bio sends them to either your LinkedIn or your Facebook page, where you will create a deeper connection. But just the fact that you're helping people with one little answer is an amazing way of branding. You responding to a question. Yes, Saeed Danish? Saeed Danish, did you want to ask a question? Your hand is raised. Your Highness, are there any more questions?
No, from my side, everything is okay. It's fine. So you answered two different questions. So I believe that it's great. It was really a great session today. And thank you so much, because you are just an amazing professor and we are learning from you. And it will help all the people who are promoting the product for their actions or themselves. They will learn, because everything, may it be a product or anything you are promoting, it is the same strategy. So, and this is, thank you, really, thanks to you. And we thank all the people who are here with us. And I invite everyone to buy the drink of Dr. Rashid.
Thank you, doctor.
to buy his drink and to test it, because it's an amazing drink and it's healthy.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all the person in this group, all the doctor, all the professor, all the anybody in this group. I won't say I wish everybody good health, but what I need from my professor, I need you can organization about us B2B business meeting.
Right, that was something that we were going to discuss, Her Highness and I, about doing B2B networking, but
Yeah.
definitely. And please send me your social media profile to do a quick audit to see where you need to tweak to get more visibility, okay? Especially now before Facebook, if you're on Facebook, before Facebook does the changes, because the minute any changes come on a platform, it is important to be ready to grow with that platform, okay?
And I need ready visibility from you, because you, my teacher, I respect you. About Africa, many countries, you know, Africa, good marketing. You can teach us how we can make strategy about marketing in Africa.
Right. Now that will be an interesting topic, and definitely will be for next week. The number one thing is next week, I want to be able to see all of your LinkedIn profiles. Now,
and I can get your WhatsApp number, please.
We are in the same group that the Queen has created. I will send you a message today.
Okay.
Right. I've got LinkedIn as homework for next week. I would love to be able to see your LinkedIn profiles. And we could do a quick audit of 2 people to see how to create that LinkedIn profile to gain great visibility. Okay.
And after New Year, I have one project. The first my project, I think, because this project, the first one project around the world. You know, all person drink water, right?
They need it, yes.
I have a new water.
You have a new water, right? So that definitely we will see how that can be promoted, especially on the platform, because as we know, the Queen is creating this platform to get everyone the visibility they need. Dr. Nasreen Bano, you wish to speak? Thank you, Dr. Rashid. We will speak soon.
Thank you so
Have
much.
a great day in Turkey. Dr.
Thank
Nasreen?
you.
You may unmute yourself. Yes. Good morning or good afternoon.
Hello, everyone there. It was a great learning from your side that you shared with us, and it is the need of the hour. I learned a lot from your session. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nasri. From where are you connecting from?
I'm from
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, J&K.
Kashmir. J&K, Jammu and Kashmir, India.
Kashmir.
India, in Kashmir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And I hope that you shall continue with us in the next couple of weeks as we carry on growing our brand digitally. What do you do, Dr. Nasri? May I ask?
I'm a researcher. I'm teacher or educator also.
So you are in the academics, adult education or children?
As well
Both,
as
I'm dealing with both. I'm dealing with patients also. I'm
anthropology
clinical
and
psychologist
pedagogy.
also.
Okay. Do you have an online presence?
Yes.
Okay. Do you use LinkedIn?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Next week, I would like to be able to see your LinkedIn profile and do a quick audit to be able to get you more visibility.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
One question I would like to ask before we finish is, has anybody thought of creating a community or has a group on Facebook for creating a community? I know the Queen has various groups. Anybody else has a group? Yasmin,
Yes.
your group is about?
Good morning and good afternoon, everybody. I'm Nikhat Yasmin from Jammu Kashmir, India. And I am also a teacher educator and dealing with andragogy and also with pedagogy, children's and also adult learners. So I have my Facebook account, but unfortunately, I am not using my own name because of some circumstances, which doesn't allow me to use my name.
Okay.
So here on Facebook, I have 3-4 pages. One for children, how children learn.
Please, can you wait here because just a minute. You are being live broadcast on YouTube, so I'll just stop it, please.
All
Or
right.
we can
Yes.
discuss this
Stop.
matter on a personal level. It will be much better, please. It's a request to you because sometimes the sensitive information on YouTube is not good.
Yes. And she can have troubles.
Right.
So this is why we stopped we stopped online broadcasting.
Just a
Right.
minute. I'll just stop it, my queen.
Or don't stop. Probably, Yasmin, we can speak about this
Afterwards.
matter in private. I think it will be better. And thank you, Yasmin, for your question. I'm feeling good. I am feeling better. Thank you, Sister Yasmin. And also, several people tell me, Mila, there's one thing. What will be the change of Facebook next week?
We do not know. The rumors are, they say they're rebranding, okay? So it can be anything. However, I think that the way things are going right now with the social media platforms, we definitely need to be seeing and changing our platforms into a more professional profile to make sure that sensitive information also does not get taken out. Okay, we are online, and to make sure that people actually see us as professionals. Because as Sarah from UK commented, we are living now in a moment where people are a bit emotional or very emotional and seem to pour everything out onto social media. The problem with that, you stay online 10, 20 years down the line. So rather than create a brand where people find all your weak points, I would rather say create a brand where people can see your strong points. We all have good days, we all have bad days, but remember, you're being seen by thousands of people online. So I think it is important that we actually, yes.
So Mila, tell me one thing, and it will help our people. As you know, this kind of platform, Facebook, like Google and all that, everything is free. Everyone can go and connect. But at the same time, they are earning billion and billion and billion. So how they are doing? Can you explain to our students and to the world when the platforms are free, how they are earning their billions?
Very easy. They're offering all types of added facilities to their platform. I mean, we've got Facebook pages. If you want a Facebook page to be seen, you need to use ads. Or you need to have a great strategy, a great content planning that you use for sharing in other groups, good groups, because that's one of the things that Facebook has thousands of groups. You can find a group on any topic available. However, you need to know which groups are worth your time and effort, because at the end of the day, the minute you start scrolling on your phone, you'll be there hours. And that's another topic, which is time management. How can I make sure that the 15 minutes I use, for example, in the morning while I'm having breakfast, is best used to connect with the right people, to share my content, and to say that I've used those 15 minutes to get my brand seen. Whereas I could be 3 hours looking through the news feed, seeing all the lovely cat videos, the dog videos, the whatever videos, and not doing anything about my brand or my content, and not showing my skill sets. So yes, Facebook is free. Excellent for now. We never know. It's not our company. We're using it as a means to get visibility. But what would happen if tomorrow they shut down our account? It has happened to lots of clients of mine that 1 minute they had Facebook, the next day they woke up, they didn't have Facebook. Does not matter. What matters is if you created a professional profile and you had 2 other, for example, LinkedIn, and your email where people can connect with you, or your website if you have one. People can still find you. People know who you are, what you do, who you help. If they can't find you on Facebook, they'll find you on LinkedIn. If they can't find you on LinkedIn, they'll look for your website or your email. But if on your Facebook profile, all you have are not essentials to your brand, to your business, to what you stand for, and then afterwards they don't know where to find you, then it is difficult for them to, it's difficult for them to find you in the case that Facebook tomorrow says, we are charging a monthly fee. They can do that. That can happen anytime. We're using Facebook as a vehicle right now to promote ourselves, to get visibility. Facebook pages, if you don't pay for ads or you don't have a budget each month for the content you're sharing, your visibility is very, very low. YouTube, if you don't have so many visits or hours of people watching your content, you cannot monetize. However, to grow to that amount of people means you have to put content out every day or at least every week. So it's a question of what is the strategy? How much content can you bring out? What questions are people asking from your community? How can you answer those questions? Who can you find who can answer those questions, which is what you're doing, Queen Nadia, spectacularly, creating a platform of people who can answer specific questions. And that way you start the ball rolling and creating a community worldwide as you're doing. So congratulations, and thank you so much, Queen Nadia, for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Professor Mila. I think we have took 30 minutes more from your time. Thank you so much for being here with us. So
I can get 5 minutes from your time. I'm sorry.
Go
Yes,
ahead.
please.
Yeah, we can do it successful world business platform together, champion successful world together. We need a strategy. I'm sorry, I need more.
Yes, we can do it.
We need
And
the
Mila will help
strategy,
us for the
how we
strategy.
can do mechanism about business, because many persons spend the time 10 hours around the world. How we can get the short time to make business? I need fast mechanism. You smart women and smart teacher, I need, what's your idea how we can do this platform?
Right. One thing for next week, right? We've got 2 things for next week to prepare, and next week will be more practical, okay? So until now, I've done more the theoretical part. Next week, we'll go into the practical, where we will give a brief description of who we are, share one social media site that we want to be audited, which means I'll look through it quickly, see what you need to add, what you need to take away. And what Dr. Rashid is talking about is networking. How can you introduce yourself to another business and make sure that that other business will remember you, recommend you, and share something from you to another business? If for that matter, at that moment, they cannot do business with you. But who do they know within their circle that would be interested in what Dr. Rashid has, what Dr. Emmanuel has, what Dr. Saloni has, and that way you create a round table and get that recommendation done worldwide. Because if you think of all of us in here, if we each shared a content from whatever social media site into ours, and it was seen by, say, 10 people, with all of us here, you have already have a reach of 2,000 people practically. Free.
Yeah, we can do it together.
That they buy
Champer.
from you is a different story. It all depends on the content and how you've created it. However,
Yeah.
sharing is free,
Yeah,
which is very
we-
important to remember.
we can do it together. Champer successful word together, and we can put a plan how we can bring the buyer and the seller, and we can make like Alibaba. Alibaba now.
That's more or less what I was thinking. I mean, they created a platform, and all they did was bring in the buyers, and the sellers put their products in. But that also takes its time. That also
but we need new technology. I don't like make the past.
We need to go in the future. We need to know what's
I need
now.
a project about 15 years in the future.
That's good, right? The Queen has a lot of work to be done. Your Majesty?
You agree with me or not?
Yes, definitely, I agree with you. Yeah, and it will be just amazing. So yes, don't worry. We have some also some big ideas in mind, and we will share that with you. And definitely, this is the things that you are doing is what you propose is also in what Successful One is doing, creating also an economic reality that will bring income and bring jobs to the people. This is what we are doing. Unfortunately, with this COVID, we had, it was just delaying. But definitely it will be just a big strategy also, and to deal in the international trade level, you know.
Yeah, that is what I hope.
Yes, absolutely.
Change the way people see social media, change the way people see why they need to create a personal brand.
We need think about young power, young people, they think better than us. Why?
They're more flexible. They're more
Because the
adaptable.
mind clear. A new generation every time give power.
They're more adaptable. They take change easier than all the generations.
Yes.
Definitely.
That is very important.
Right.
I support new generation. I am old.
But you're learning, and that's the important part. Never give up learning. That's what we all need to do. Dr. Yassin, I will get in touch with you, okay? And I'm sure that Dr. Raj Kumar will pass my information to you, and we shall speak, okay? Perfect, thank you. Well, Your Highness, I think for today we have finished, and next week at the same time.
Yes, absolutely. So we thank you so much, Professor Mila, for being here today and giving and delivering this wonderful course. We thank all the people who were here today, present with us, learning like us. Thank you so much to all the people. And so we keep in touch. This afternoon, it's very interesting because we are teaching also in, we have to announce that at 3 p.m. France time, we are teaching English language to people who speak Hindi, Punjabi, Bangladeshi, Urdu. So all the people who want to improve their English language or to learn English, so they are welcome in the platform. And at 7 p.m., we are also teaching leadership for entrepreneurs, but this time for the people who speaks only Spanish. So the language is not a barrier. Successful one is teaching in your language and bring you in the high level in order to be united and to feel the unity. Thank you. Okay, have a blessed and wonderful day, and we keep in touch. Same hour, same time, and same place. Thank you. Bye for now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Doctora.
Thank
Goodbye.
you. And thank you,
Goodbye.
Sister
Thanks,
Yasmin.
everyone.
I will be in touch with you.
Inshallah.
You are wonderful. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Queen. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. Bye for now, sister. We speak in private if you want. We speak in private.